So what's happening, people? It's me again, Courtney, doing my MMA predictions. This time it's for Strikeforce, Fedor versus Silva, which will take place on Saturday the 12th of February 2011 at the Izod Center in New Jersey in the United States. This is the first quarterfinal of the Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix. I'm looking forward to it, even though I won't be able to watch it live. I can watch it live. Some UK companies doing a pay-per-view. I may buy it, I may not, or I may have other methods. But yeah, I've been looking forward to this. Finally, someone's doing a tournament, a decent tournament, just like the Pride days. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. First fight on the card, I'm only going to do the actual heavyweight tournament fights. First fight on the card, the main event, Fedor Emelianenko versus Antonio Silva. Fedor Emelianenko, 6 foot. He's got a 31-2 record. If you're new to this sport, please go and look up about Fedor. He's the man. He's regarded as a legend, the best of all time, best heavyweight fighter of all time, best fighter of all time, the best pound for pound fighter of all time. But yeah, he can do it all. Very good fighter. Very tough to beat. But I can't say enough about the guy. If you're watching this video, you already know. You should know about Fedor. Most of his wins have come via submission. But there's a few not holes in his game, but like there's parts of his game. So like boxing, his actual pure boxing is not great. Technically, it's not great. Yes, I said it. But saying that, it's not boxing, it's MMA. So he comes with his hooks. He very rarely throws a jab, but he comes with his hooks and his body shots. Uppercuts. He hits hard. And he doesn't kick much either. But who needs to kick him? Who needs to kick and jab when you can do what Fedor can do? His last fight was a loss against Fabricio Verdun via triangle armbar. That was a bit weird. I think he got overzealous with the ground and pound, and Verdun just caught it. Just thought, wait, hold on a minute, he's still doing that. He's still hitting me. He just grabbed his head, just pulled him in it. I think Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, that's what he was trying to do for all 3 times he was fighting. That's what he was hoping would happen, but it never did. But Verdun caught him. Fedor's last 5 fights, he's had 4 wins and 1 loss. That loss against Verdun was his first loss in about 10 years, and that fight was in June, so he may have a bit of ring rust, as he hasn't fought or done anything since then. But he's fighting Antonio Silva. Antonio Silva is 6'4", I think it is. Damn, his record. Antonio Silva has about 2 or 3 losses, I think it is. Not very many losses, sorry, I haven't wrote it down, what an idiot. But he'll have a size and weight advantage over Fedor. Antonio Silva is very resilient. He's got a big jaw, can take a punch, recovered well off a punch that Mike Kyle gave him, that put him on his ass. Most of his wins come via TKO, and so obviously he likes to finish most of his fights. And he has been the distance in his last 3 fights. He's been the distance twice. So being an active fighter and going the distance will play to his advantage. His last fight was in December against Kyle as well. He won that via TKO, and his last 5 fights he had 4 wins and 1 loss. The 1 loss, funny enough, came against Fabricio Verdun by decision. So for this fight, this is one of the quarterfinals for the Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix. I am going to pick Fedor Emelianenko to win via decision. The reason why I say that is because I don't think Fedor is going to be able to finish Silva. If he does, he's going to have to do it early, because the longer it goes on, I give the advantage to Silva. But Silva's tough, I don't know. But Silva fought Olesky, and Olesky kept him, basically used his jab well and kept out of range, or tried to keep out of range, but it didn't work too often. It didn't work too good, because Silva gave back better jabs, leg kicks, jabs and leg kicks. He kept doing it, and the jabs got through to Olesky's chin. So he may use that same tactics against Fedor, because Fedor's range is hook, hook, so his range is a bit closer. So he may want, Fedor will probably try and step in, but Silva has to be quick backing up and counter punching. But I don't know how it's going to play out, really, but that could be one scenario. But I'm going to still pick Fedor via decision. I'm not sure if he'll be able to finish Antonio Silva in any of the earlier rounds. I think he'll just go to decision, but I think Antonio Silva will put up a very good fight. Well, at least I hope he does anyway. Next fight on the card is Andrei Olesky versus Sergey Kharitonov. Olesky is 6'4", he's got a 15-8 record. Olesky, former UFC heavyweight champ, he's got decent kickboxing, he's got decent boxing, really good boxing. Uses his range well, uses the jab well, his leg kicks, but you know, the one thing that people question is his jaw. I can see why the question is jaw, but when you get hit by Brett Rogers or Fedor on your jaw, then, or back in the day when Pedro Hizo knocked him out, that was a really good knockout actually. You're gonna drop. He has submissions, so he has sambo, so it's mostly more based on leg blocks. His last fight was against Antonio Silva, which he lost by decision. And his last 5 fights had 2 wins and 3 losses. The last time he fought was May 2010. So he's going to definitely have a win loss. My problem with, I'll get to that in a minute. And he's fighting Sergey Kharitonov, who's 6'4", he's got a 17-4 record. Kharitonov is like very similar to Olesky, good kickboxing. Probably not technically as good as him boxing wise, but he puts it together well. He uses his range well, but his submission game for me is better than Olesky's. His ground game, I think he's submitted more people, but his ground game is better. I mean, Kharitonov has beat 7 Schultz in MMA, you know, and he has beat Verdum as well, I think. Need to check that. But yeah, his last fight was a win against Tatsuya Mizuno. That was in the K1 New Year's Eve show. That was like KO. His last 5 fights had 4 wins and 1 loss. Kharitonov fought in December last year. Fought once in 2009. Fought once in 2008. I think it's because he was injured. But when you see the pictures in between fights, he put on a bit of weight. He did balloon up to Rico Rodriguez's weight, but he did get a bit bigger. But anyway, my main problem with this, not main problem, my main gripe is with Andrei Olesky. He gets caught up in a boxing team, just a pure boxing. He gets caught up in that a lot. His last couple of fights, he's done that, just box. Not boxing, man, it's MMA. But, and whether he does that or not, it's up to him. But I'm picking Sergey Kharitonov to win via TKO. I think Kharitonov probably, well, he's been more active, but I've seen his submission game is better, and I think he'll mix it up better instead of just kickboxing or boxing for the whole fight. He'll probably take Olesky down somehow. And he's been training his ground, as I've seen on YouTube, the Golden Glory Gym. Somebody's been filming anyway. They put a load of videos up of Kharitonov sparring with Peter Ertz and sparring with his grappling coach as well. And Kharitonov looks good. But I'm not just saying because I've seen those videos, but I would have picked Kharitonov anyway. But yeah, picking Kharitonov to win and go through to the next round. The same with Fedor as well. But yeah, hopefully it should be good night of fights. Who else is fighting on the card? There's a guy on there, Lamar something. On paper, he looks really good as well as one of the reserve bouts. He looks really good. Valentin Overeem, Alistair Overeem's older brother is fighting Ray Sifo as well. I think if Overeem doesn't get knocked out, I think he'll submit Sifo. But that guy could make light heavyweight, man. He's short, he could make light heavyweight. He's a wicked K1 fighter. Ray Sifo, I like that guy. But anyway, those are my predictions for the heavyweight Grand Prix. I will do my predictions for the other set of fights nearer the time and that's on. Not this late, because this is very late. I don't think, you may watch it, may not. But yeah, I'll definitely get that earlier. I'll get my predictions for UFC 127 up earlier as well. By the way, check out my Diary of Leicester Shoot Fighter. The playlist is here somewhere. I'm training for my first amateur MMA fight, which is happening on 6th of March. Yeah, but there's my predictions. Follow me on Twitter with the same username, chokewho. Obviously, I won't be watching these fights live, or maybe somehow, I don't know. But yeah, follow me on Twitter. Send me a message, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, comment below. But yeah, peace. Thanks for watching.